take you through a new move for our 5-week ab challenge, and then we'll review the moves we've already learned. Let's get started. Our next exercise is a wall sit, and I'm using my handy water bottles here for a little bit of extra resistance. So I'm going to start against the wall. I'm going to slide my feet out. My feet are going to be about hip distance apart. And then I'm just sliding down the wall into my wall sit here. So my knees and my hips are at about a 90-degree angle. I'm going to hold that, keep my back flat against the wall, and then we're going to use the water bottles for some upper body strength. So we're going to do a bicep curl, turn, overhead press, and then we're going to reverse it back down. Bicep curl, overhead press, and reverse. So we're holding the wall sit through this whole exercise to really get that burn in through your quads. Next exercise is a lower abdominal exercise. So we're going to start laying straight on the floor, and then our legs are going to come straight up toward the ceiling. I'm squeezing a bottle in between my feet, and that's going to activate my adductors, those muscles on the inside of the thigh. So keeping my core engaged, I'm going to make sure that my back is nice and flat. I'm going to slowly lower my feet toward the floor and then lift back up. So when I'm lowering my feet down, I'm making sure that my abdominals are staying tight and that I'm not arching through my back. If I start to feel my back arch, I'm going to stop there and slowly bring my feet back up. So I'm not coming all the way down to the floor. Our next exercise is a side plank with a little bit of a modification to make it a little bit harder. So I'm going to come up into my side plank first. And when I'm in my side plank, I want to make sure that I'm really lifting my hips off and keeping everything in a straight line from my head all the way down to my feet. So I'm not letting my hips dip down. I'm not lifting too high. Everything is nice and straight, and I'm keeping my core nice and tight. To make this a little bit harder, we're going to do a lift off, tap, tap. So I'm lifting to get that activation through my hip, tapping forward, lifting up again. First exercise we're going to do is called a Russian twist. So we're going to come to a seated position, and the starting point is to tip back a little bit on your sit bones. So your torso is at a little bit of an angle. And the starting position here, if you're just beginning with this exercise, is to keep your feet down, and then you're going to clasp your hands together and rotate through your trunk, making sure that you're keeping your core tight. When you're doing this exercise, you also want to make sure that you're keeping your back nice and flat and that you're not letting your shoulders round over. So back nice and flat, core is engaged, and we're just reaching from side to side. If you want to add a little bit of a weight, you don't have any weights at home, not a problem. I have my water bottle and it's filled up with water. So that'll give me a little bit of extra resistance and weight there. If I want to make this exercise a little bit more advanced, I can lift my feet up. And that forces me to work a little bit harder through my abdominals to strengthen that area as well.